let's go full nude as a society.
Wow, okay.
That is the opening line of the source we're looking at today. And it sounds like a pitch for, I don't know, a hippie commune,
Yeah,
right?
a return to the Garden of Eden or
Oh,
something.
exactly. But the author makes it really clear right away, this isn't about hedonism. It's actually a desperate economic strategy for productivity.
It is a huge paradox.
Yeah.
We're unpacking an article called The Case for Universal Nudity in a Saturated Society. And the whole idea is that we are so distracted by what he calls soft porn in our daily lives
Right.
that the only cure, the only way to get our focus back is just total overexposure.
So if you see everything, then nothing is shocking anymore. But okay, to get the cure, we have to talk about the disease at first. The source frames clothing not as some, moral invention.
No, not at all. It was an evolutionary hack. He argues we were these vulnerable, soft creatures, so we basically stole the tech of apex predators, their hides, their furs.
And we didn't just do it for warmth. We did it to borrow their intimidation factor.
Right. But this is where the biology kind of trips us up. Once we started wearing clothes for survival, we realized they were just excellent billboards.
Billboards for what?
Well, the source calls it the shift to peacocking.
We moved from, I don't want to freeze to death, to, hey, look at my status. We evolved to communicate wealth and power and, seduction all through fabric.
Exactly. And because of that long history, the text argues we're now just hardwired to expect people to be clothed.
So when we see nudity, or even just the suggestion of it,
It's not just a surprise. It triggers a biological interrupt signal. We're still animals at the end of the day.
so these visuals of skin are a biochemical distraction.
A biochemical distraction that our brains will prioritize over almost everything else. And that distraction is the core of the problem today.
I thought this part was fascinating. The author describes himself as a nasty guy, his words.
Right, not ours.
And he realizes that being constantly stimulated is just exhausting. He says we're being violated by sexualized content everywhere, ads, social media, all of it.
It creates this constant dopamine loop. And if your brain is always processing these visual cues, you just can't do deep work. You can't make long-term decisions.
And he gets really specific about the stakes here.
He does. He highlights the drain on young men, saying they're sinking their ambition and their money into these parasocial relationships. He even calls out Twitch thoughts and OnlyFans by name.
So it's not just about being distracted from your spreadsheet. It's about a generation, he thinks, failing to build real lives because they're stuck in this digital gratification cycle.
And his solution isn't censorship. He says that never works. The biological drive is just too strong.
So instead...
Instead, he proposes desensitization through saturation.
Okay, break that down.
The logic is if everyone goes 100% naturist, the shock factor just vanishes. Nudity becomes mundane, boring even.
He has this great phrase for it. He wants nudity to become blank pages or gray areas.
Yeah, just visual noise that the brain eventually learns to ignore completely.
It's like living next to a train track, right?
That's a perfect analogy. The first week, the noise is all you hear. Keeps you up all night. But eventually, your brain just filters it out. You stop hearing the train.
He wants the human body to become the train. Just background noise that doesn't demand your attention anymore.
No mystery, no distraction. And if there's no distraction, society can, in theory, return to being creative and productive.
But this is the part that really got me. The massive irony at the center of his whole argument.
You mean the fact that the author is actually a huge fashion enthusiast?
Yes. The guy sells an ebook on how to dress well. He loves men's fashion. And yet he's proposing this, scorched earth policy that would obliterate the very industry he's passionate about.
He admits it's a massive sacrifice. I mean, if we go full nude, we lose more than just pants. We lose ceremonial traditions, religious mystery.
The entire mating ritual of dressing up to impress someone.
All of it. He acknowledges that clothing is our main way to signal hierarchy and power. And he's willing to burn it all down.
It's such a brutal trade-off. He's willing to kill the whole peacocking culture just to save men from what he sees as pornography addiction. It reframes nudity not as freedom, but as, a tool for rigid focus.
Like a uniform of nothingness. All so you can be a better worker bee. It strips away this fundamental layer of human expression to solve a very modern problem.
Which leaves us with a pretty provocative thought, doesn't it?
For sure. If we actually did this, if we got rid of clothing to stop being distracted, we wouldn't just stop competing with each other.
No way. Humans are like status-seeking missiles.
So the question is, what new method would we invent to signal status and power and hierarchy in its place we'd find a way to peacock, even without the feathers.
We'd probably start painting ourselves gold or something. Thanks for listening to this deep dive.